Hi, this is Anita from Reluctant Low Carb Life. When I hear about something that's interesting, I always like to sort of pass it on. Because if any of you have been listening for a while, you know at the Reluctant Low Carb Life, we believe in the trifecta of health. Our trifecta of health, it's not earth shaking. It's actually very simple. It's three basic things. One, eat foods that help you feel that are fresh. Don't eat multi-processed foods, which means, don't live off of McDonald's or other type of multi-processed foods, but eat foods that are fresh, foods that you cook yourself, foods that don't have a lot of chemicals in them. The second one is to eat foods that help you feel full longer. Things like Greek yogurt is wonderful, that you'll feel full for a much longer time after eating Greek yogurt than you will from many other things, or protein, or other things that help you feel full longer. So that you eat foods that help you have some satiety. And finally, the last one is fitness. So when I hear something interesting or learn something interesting or discover something interesting from any of these, I kind of like to pass them on and talk about them here in this podcast and in my blog. And so today I want to talk a little bit about interval walking, which is known as IWT. I recently listened to a study that the Japanese did, where the Japanese had people do what they call this interval walking. And interval walking essentially was they'd have them, first of all, warm up for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then people would start going fast for 3 minutes, regular, slower walking for 3 minutes, fast for 3 minutes, slower walking for 3 minutes. And they'd keep this up for about 5 rounds or for about 30 minutes. They started doing some testing of people that were just doing this, doing this interval walking versus those that were doing just regular walking. And they found that those that were doing the interval walking overall were doing much better. That they were pushing themselves, pushing their heart, and then the long term, they did much better. So, interval walking is basically a structured walking technique, which is alternating between high intensity and lower intensity recovering walking. This is similar if you go to a boot camp as I do, where maybe you do 40 seconds of this or 1 minute of this, and then you stop, and then you sort of do this high intensity and then slow down, high intensity, slow down, high intensity, slow down. This method allows you to push yourself and push your heart rate up at a faster segments and recover during the slower paced ones. Over time, this training will strengthen your cardiovascular system. You'll have improved endurance, and it will maximize fat burning. So a typical workout for IWT or interval walking would be you warm up, walk at a moderate pace for like 3 minutes to prepare your body, or it could be 3 to 5 minutes, depending on what you need. Walk at a fast pace for 3 minutes, increase your heart rate, and then slow down, walk at a comfortable rate for 3 minutes, and then you can repeat this 5 times, and ensuring you completed at least 30 minutes of walking. Cool down. You can end with 3 to 5 minutes of slow walking to decrease your heart rate. Why is IWT, this interval walking, more effective than casual walking? Well, here are 7 reasons why. 1, it will increase your heart rate and your cardiovascular fitness. So in other words, you're working your cardiovascular fitness while you are walking. It burns more calories and enhances weight loss. It improves endurance and stamina. The more you do it, the easier it will become. You can push yourself further. You can walk further. You can push yourself in those 3 minutes to walk faster and faster and faster. And, consequently get your heart rate up more. It can boost your metabolism and post-exercise calorie burn. It can help you reduce the risk of chronic disease. They found, like with some heart patients where they had them do this, they could maybe first of all hardly walk, and as they got them on the interval walking, then they began to be able to walk further and further and further and further, and were doing better than they've ever done before. So it's actually a way too that you can build your fitness or build your fitness level. Which brings me to the next one. It can enhance your muscle tone and strength. It's more engaging and less monotonous. So if you're doing this type of thing, you're going fast and slow, you have a purpose, you're out there walking instead of just sort of walking along without any type of purpose at all. You actually have a exercise plan. You have a training plan with this. There's lots of research that has supported this and said that this is a great way to be able to walk. And I'd like to add that if you wanted to add something extra in it, we talked about before, would be Nordic walking. If you want to walk with your Nordic walking sticks, you could do the same thing with interval walking. You could go, fast for 3 minutes, slow down, fast for 3 minutes, slow down, fast for 3 minutes, slow down. And then you'll get a really, really good workout in. Multiple studies have shown that IWT is a great way to be able to do walking. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that interval walking significantly improved aerobic fitness, leg strength, and blood sugar control in older adults compared to regular walking. So there you have it there. They found that this really helped with your overall fitness level. A research from the University of Copenhagen demonstrated that interval walking training led to more significant fat loss and increased insulin sensitivity compared to the continuous moderate intensity walking. So in other words, this will help balance some of your blood sugars and other things like that, which can help you to lose weight. A European Journal of Sports Science study confirmed that the interval walking training increases cardiovascular endurance more effectively than traditional walking. So one of the things that I love about this is if you're already walking, you can very easily implement this into your walking routine now that you're doing now. In other words, instead of just going out for a slow walk, you can say, okay, I'm going to walk fast for 3 minutes, then slow. Fast for 3 minutes and slow. Fast for 3 minutes and slow. And you can push yourself for that time. If you can't do 3 minutes, start with 1 minute. Start with 2 minutes. Start with it and build up. You don't have to do it all at once if you can't. You can just start building up on it. Choose a walking location you can do this in and determine your speed. Fast-paced, aim for a speed that challenges you when you're walking fast, but allows you to talk in short sentences. Slow-paced walking, this should be at a comfortable pace where you can easily hold a conversation. And if you have a smartwatch, like I have an Apple smartwatch, you should be able to see your heart rate starting to go down, during the slower section. And then when you're doing the fast one, you see it go up. So you can see your heart rate going up and down. And of course, the more your heart rate is able to go up and down, the more healthy it becomes. You should also watch that heart rate and see what's going on with your heart rate while you're doing it. Use a timer or use an app. To ensure you stick with it to 3-minute intervals, use a stopwatch, use a smartwatch timer, or a fitness app that alerts you to switch speeds. So, find some way to be able to do it. I myself will watch my watch and I'll go like a certain amount of distance. And then, each day I try to add on a little bit of distance, and each week I'm trying to add on a little bit more of the distance that I'm doing too. Track your progress, keep a journal, use a fitness tracker. Find some way to track your progress to monitor your walking distance, speed, and heart rate. So, somehow monitor it, to be able to see exactly what you're doing. Stay consistent. This is probably the most important one, is to stay consistent, to say how many times a week will you do it, and to be consistent with that. For getting the most out of your interval walk training, you should have comfortable shoes. You should maintain good posture. And if you have problems with the posture, again, we recommend considering maybe doing some things with Nordic walking, which will help you with your posture. Stay hydrated, drink water. Gradually increase the intensity. As you get fitter, try increasing the intensity and the speed of the fast-paced intervals. And listen to your body. If you feel over-fatigued, take a rest. Reduce the intensity of your session. Don't try to do it all at once. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They go out and they're going to do it in one day, and then they're exhausted and they don't do it anymore. Instead, look for consistency. Interval walking is an incredibly effective way to enhance your overall fitness. And it's actually very easy to do. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it that's out there walking, can be able to do this. But there's so many benefits with this. So maybe commit yourself, first of all, to doing 30 minutes 3 to 5 times a week. And just really try to commit yourself to start with that, and then you can go from there. So lace up your shoes. Let's start walking and experience the power of interval walk training for yourself and see how this will help you with your fitness. This is Anita from Reluctant Low Carb Life. Thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate you, our listeners. We really appreciate you being part of our community, coming on this journey with us. We hope that you find this information informative, that it's something that you can use throughout your life and help you on your fitness journey. If you're not yet a part of our group, that you'll press the subscribe button and subscribe to us. We'd love to have you join with us. Thank you.